everybody, my name is Luiza. I am a local realtor in Seattle and Bellevue, Washington, and today I want to show you how I analyze cash flow on rental properties. So let me share my screen here and we can get started. All right, so I use the Asian Invest spreadsheet, and you can find on their website, it is the ROI Inner Circle. They have that spreadsheet for downloading for free. And here I was on Zillow and I found this duplex, and it's in Olympia, Washington, and it's for that price. And I already put all the information about the expenses here. So if you see, Zillow already gives you an idea of how much it will cost you to buy that property. So you can take a look on what Zillow tells you, but you can also do your numbers yourself. So here I put the price that they are asking, and I didn't put any upfront have costs, because if you look in the property, it's pretty cute already. So no need to do anything. Of course, there is going to be the inspection period, and during the inspection, you will see if there is anything that needs to be done. But according to the picture and to the description of the listing, that seems like a very ready to move in house. And so I come back here, and then I have the rental income. That is how much money the property brings, how much money are the tenants willing to pay for that property. So it's a duplex, it's 2 units. So total is 1625, and the other one is 1150. So total $2,775. And I put a vacancy rate of 5%, and that is in Olympia. If you don't know what the rental income or what the vacancy rate are, you can call a property management company and you can ask them, hey, I'm looking to buy that property there, and I don't know what those things are. Could you help me? And they are gonna help you, hoping that you hire them. And so that is what the property brings, considering the vacancy, but not considering any expenses. So now we gotta think about expenses, and we have like big expenses that happen like once in a blue moon, like changing the roof, and we have small expenses that happen more frequently, like fixing a sink, for example. So you have to count for all those expenses. And you have property tax, and in this property, it's a lot. So we hope the government is making a good use of all the taxes that we are paying. And also the insurance, that is not very much, to be honest. And then we have the CapEx budget and the maintenance budget that were calculated automatically in this spreadsheet. So you have the total expenses there, and it's almost $7,000 per year in expenses. But you have to keep in mind that, like, when you buy a property, especially if you're buying a newer property, in the first few years, you will have less maintenance. But it's not because you are not having that maintenance right now that you will not need to do maintenance in the future. So those are things that you have to keep in mind when analyzing a deal. And then the financing costs. So 20% down with 5% interest rate in 30 years. And that is a duplex. So you could live in one of the properties and then rent the other one. Or if you don't want to move to that property, you can just rent both, but then you need to give a bigger down payment. If you want to live in the property that you are renting the other side, you can put down as little as 3.5%, which is pretty amazing. So in this case, we are considering that it's an investment property. So it's going to be 20% down. And then you have the loan amount and the down payment and all the expenses. It already calculates it for you. So you can take a look here, and it gives you the monthly cash flow. So basically the monthly cash flow is when you have the gross operating income minus the gross operating expenses, then you have the net operating income. And then you also have the cost of the loan, and then you have how much you will get after paying everything off. So the monthly cash flow is how much money you put in your pocket after considering all of the other expenses, divided by 12, because that is how many months a year has. And then you have the annual cash flow before tax. And I really recommend you to talk to your tax advisor about the cash flow before tax and what you're gonna do with your tax in the investment property, because there's so many things and they will help you a lot to understand everything that you can do. So talk to your tax advisor. And here you know how much principal you paid and the appreciation that you had. And then you have your cap rate. The cap rate is related to the value of the property and the net operating income. So let's say that if you buy a property for less, your cap rate will be higher and it will be better. Or if you have a great net operating income, that will also bring the cap rate higher. So that's good. And we have a 5%. There are other states that have higher cap rate, that are bigger cities that have much smaller cap rate. So it really depends on the market that you are at. I think in Washington, in Western Washington in specific, 5.6% is not a bad cap rate. And here you have the mortgage calculator. And it's not perfect. Enter cell E, F, E. Let's see what they are asking me to enter here. Upfront. Okay, so it's 0. And let's put here, choose 0. Let's see that if that changes. Yeah, it doesn't. But I usually use another loan calculator that you can put here the information, and then you know how much money you will be paying every month. So that is the amount of money that you will be paying every month, $2,361 for the loan of the property. But remember, the property is bringing you $2,775. So after the loan is paid, after all the expenses are paid, you are still profiting $172. So that is not bad at all. That's a good thing. You are having a profit while you are building equity in the property. And that is amazing, actually, right? That's what we want. That really gives us financial freedom. And that was basically my analysis. This property was on the market for 2 days, I guess. I can see, but yeah. So this property has been on the market for only 2 days. And let's see. You can see here, for example, how much Zillow thinks that the property is worth. So there are many information that you can get in here. It's not very accurate what they say that the property is worth or not. So it's way better if you talk to a realtor about it instead of believing the website, because yeah, if the property were sold for, let's change here. If we put here 400,000, the performance will be even better. But it's better to talk to a realtor and see what the value really is, because Zillow is not that accurate. I use it not for the value of the property. I use it to see how many expenses will I have. And I also use it because I already know this area. So I know if if the property tax is that amount and the insurance is that amount. So that is why I use Zillow. I think if you are not so sure, talking to a realtor and talking to a property management company is really your best options. And let me stop sharing the screen. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I think it practice make perfect, and in the first couple analysis, you will not be so sure. And sometimes I'm not so sure, I'm not perfect, and I'm always looking to learn more, and I know that I have a lot to learn. And if you also have a lot to learn and you see this spreadsheets, don't get discouraged. Just know that it's a process, and as much as you practice, as much as you'll get better. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to be happy.